sort of a homecoming for me. North Hills Country Club in the Orland section of Montgomery County.
I can't say enough about the membership here. They're fun. They have a great time together.
You look out there and I can really let go of my driver. It's a little bit wider fairway than we have here at North Hills. Generally, we're pretty tight.
I'm going to make a level one swing back. I'm going to move through.
People are paying money and they're competing. You win. Fair. Hi again, everybody, and welcome to Inside Golf, along with Colleen Wolfe. I'm Harry Donahue, and today, well, it's sort of a homecoming for me. North Hills Country Club in the Orland section of Montgomery County, a club that dates back more than 100 years.
That's right. So much history here, Harry. We're going to talk to club president Mike Gallagher and club manager Jason Equi.
Plus, I'll have a little tour of the golf course with head pro Mike Riley. And we also have Lou Guzzi coming up with another better golf tip. But coming up next, North Hills, here on Inside Golf. Inside Golf is brought to you by Yuengling, America's oldest brewery. Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, where America goes to play. Visit online at phillytomyrtle.com. By Nike Golf. And by the Philadelphia Section PGA, celebrating 90 years.
The Philadelphia section of the PGA of America is celebrating 90 years. Since 1921, the professionals of the Philadelphia section have proven themselves to be the players, teachers, managers, and stewards of the game of golf in the Philadelphia area. They are the experts in the game and business of golf. Please join us in celebrating our 90-year commitment to the game of golf.
It's time light beer got some character. 99 calories, 100% authentic lager. Yuengling Light Lager from America's oldest brewery. Rethink your light beer.
Welcome back as Inside Golf continues from North Hills Country Club. What's unique about this club that's more than 100 years old and has been hosting golfers and families over that time period? Well, Colleen found out as she sat down and spoke to club president Mike Gallagher and club manager Jason Equi.
The members at North Hills certainly make this country club an easygoing place to play. Club president Mike Gallagher talks about the North Hills experience, including a little friendly competition with our co-host.
When I can beat Harry Donahue in a Nassau is probably the best part of me coming here to play. And that doesn't happen often, by the way, but when it does, it's just a fun spot. I mean, you know, we usually have a little game going and there's some competition. We have 3 better balls, member tournaments per year. Most clubs don't have that. We have a big member guest every fall, and then we have, through the course of the year, we have one-day invitational member guests that are fun. You can bring guests up. We have a lot of young new members who just really like to come out here and play. They all hit the ball further than I can, but they're good young guys and they're fun. They're either newly married or about to get married with young kids, and they're all finding out the fun of the pool and the golf course. The pool over here is only 2 or 3 years old, so it's brand new. We have a swim team that competes in the Country Club Swimming Association. We do well. The course is a real neat course. It was designed by Jay Franklin and me, and with some help from Hugh Wilson, who, by the way, designed Marion Golf Club. And it's a little tight. It's not overly long, but it's playing longer every day for me and guys my age. So it's a good place to be. It's a fun, tough course to play.
From the very beginning of North Hills Country Club, it was meant to be a meeting place for anyone and everyone that had a love for the game.
The club was founded originally by a group of gentlemen who said they wanted to have golf without all the fancy trimmings. And over the years, we've had that. It's reflected in our membership. We've had some great people here that played. Connie Mack, the former manager of the A's and owner of the A's, was a member here. Babe Ruth played golf here. You know, we found our former pro Ron Rolfe found a receipt that Babe Ruth sent a check to North Hills to pay for greens fees. Jay Wood Platt, the Jay Wood Platt Caddy Scholarship is named after one of our former members, Woody Platt, who was a great amateur golfer. So we've had some great golfers over the years, and I think we've continued that tradition at North Hills of having just a great fun membership where people can come and have a good time and relax as a sort of a resort-like atmosphere. The membership has always reflected a sort of a cross-section of the whole greater Philadelphia area. We have people from all over. We have members in King of Prussia because we're right off the turnpike. I remember years ago, a friend of mine said, I don't want to join a country club. I brought him up for a day, and we were one of our invitationals, and we had a good time. He saw these guys. He said, these guys are regular guys. I want to be there. These folks that are up here are regular folks. That's what we have, and that's why we like this place. It's a good, fun place.
But it's not just the members that keep coming back to North Hills.
We have a very loyal staff who is very good at what they do. Mike Riley is our pro for the last 5 years. He replaced Ron Rolfe, who was here 42 years. Jason Equi is our general manager. Jason Equi has been here since he was 18 years old, trained under both Tom Hanratty and Chet Krakowski. Jeff Edwards, who's run the whole association at one point, is our groundskeeper, and he's got a great reputation in this area. So what we have are very good at their job, loyal employees at North Hills Country Club.
I've been here 20 years. I can't say enough about the membership here. They're fun, they have a great time together, and when they're in times of need, when they have family emergencies, it's amazing to see what they do, and they pull together to support one another. And even with the staff, back in 2006, personally, I had a house fire and lost everything, and how the membership rallied around and helped me and my family was just remarkable. I mean, it can bring you to tears to what the members here will do for the members and for the staff. We have our oldest member is close to 100 years old right now, and then we have the young members. So it's the whole gamut. We cover the whole spectrum with the membership, but we really do like to focus on the families. Over the course of the summer, I mean, the families are very active with the pool that was just opened in 2008. Brand new pool facility, 3 different pools, a baby pool, a transition pool, which is 0 entry, goes to 3 feet in depth, has water features for the kids, benches, jets. We have a competitive pool for the swim team. And the swim meets are incredible. Our swim team consists of about 130 kids, and we compete with the other local clubs, and just the excitement. All right, we have Phillies night at the pool, or we have Dollar Dogs. We have bar down there with granite countertop, flat screen TV. So the parents are watching the Phillies game, the kids are enjoying the pool, getting cotton candy. We do a movie night down there. So again, we try to do a lot of things that involve the entire family.
And that's exactly what North Hills had in mind when they created the junior golf program.
Junior golf is tremendous. Basically, it's Wednesdays and Fridays throughout the entire summer. And it's so important that a club has a junior golf program because it does get the younger future members involved. And again, junior golf here at North Hills, as well as every other area club, is so important in introducing the game to the younger generations and keeping that tradition of golf alive. In fact, I just got my oldest son involved in junior golf this year. He loves it. I was out on the course with him twice so far, and it's just great bonding experience. Who knows, maybe he'll be a member years to come.
Membership at North Hills means having the incredible opportunity to take advantage of the countless social events throughout the year.
We do have a number of different member events with the 2-day member tournaments. It's these summer and fall member tournaments are terrific. We have entertainment out here on the patio. We have an extravagant setup of food stations with homemade lobster, with rack of lamb, sliced tenderloin, whole sushi station, crab claws, shrimp, you name it, we give it to our members, and that's what we strive for is perfection. We order the best quality of food, produce. In my opinion, with our culinary experts, our cuisine is second to none. To begin with, every Monday typically we do our corporate or charity outings. We do some smaller outings on Tuesdays. We do have a large banquet facility to accommodate for such events. Our ballroom was renovated in the last 10 years, and again, small update within the last 2 years. Ballroom will seat up to 250 people. About 8 years ago, we did put an addition with 2 smaller banquet rooms with capacity of about 40 people each. We do corporate seminars, we do weddings, we do christenings, bar mitzvahs, bat mitzvahs. Basically, we'll cater to any type of affair that a member or guest is looking for.
Experience what golfers voted #1 for quality, selection, and affordability. Over 100 different championship courses, including 7 of America's 100 greatest. Indulge in gourmet cuisine, pristine beaches that offer endless activities, active nightlife, and more. It's an easy drive, and affordable nonstop flights are now available from over 25 cities. Start planning your Myrtle Beach golf vacation today and request a free quick quote for the best package rates. Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. It's where America goes to play.
Colleen Wolf's wardrobe is provided by Adidas, the leader in men's and women's apparel for the athletic golfer. And welcome back. Inside Golf continues at North Hills Country Club with head pro Mike Riley. Thanks for having us.
Thanks, Harry. Thanks for coming.
Mike, we are standing here on the tee of the number 4 hole. It's a par 5, and when people think of North Hills, I think, who have played this golf course, they think of number 4. Why do you think that is?
Well, from the blue tees, it's 616. So that right off the bat.
For starters, that's not bad, huh?
That's right. And you stand up here, and the thing I like about this hole is you stand up there, and it's a really welcoming drive. You look out there, and you say, I can really just let go on my driver. It's a little bit wider fairway than we have here at North Hills. Generally, we're pretty tight, but number 4, you can get a little bit wider. There is out of bounds left, so you always have to watch out for that. And there is a bunker on the right, as you can see out there. So for the better player, certainly presents a challenge, even though it is a little wider open.
Yeah, the bunker that's on the right, from the tee shot of most golfers, doesn't come into play because I think that's about 280 from the white tees.
Yeah, it's a poke.
And you mentioned you have out of bounds all the way up the left side, actually from your second shot on, regardless of your handicap.
Right.
That's something that has to be in the back of your
Exactly.
mind.
Every player on their second and third shot has to be concerned about that left side. And for the longer hitters, that bunker on the left, which they put in about 6 years ago, has taken a lot of scores high.
Now, when you get around the green, it's well protected. You have a green side bunker to the right, short, and also to the left. And this green is probably as big a green as you have here on the golf course.
It is. It probably has the largest square footage. But the more interesting things about this hole, I think, when you look at this hole from the tee, you think, wow, that's a long hole. But when you're hitting your third shot in there, it's much more uphill than it looks. Plus, the green is very deceiving. You can't always tell if the pin's back or up. Now with the laser rangefinders now, it's a little bit easier. But if you get above the hole here, you stand on the green and you don't really realize it, but boy, you better be careful because it can be fast.
And it falls off to the right and in the back. So if you short side yourself on the right with that pin on the right, you got a tough up and down. Same thing from the back of the green.
There's a challenge on every shot pretty much on this hole.
Absolutely. You know, in the history of this golf course, this hole has always been here, and I think it's a short list of players, pro or amateur, that have been on this green in 2 shots.
It's mainly myth. I mean, I've heard stories. No one's ever, made it absolute.
When are you going to become part of the myth?
If they let me play from the red tees, maybe I could get there.
Well, a senior at least, huh?
The most I've probably gotten within 50 yards. I've hit it up next to the bunker in front of the green, and that's with a couple drivers with the wind behind me.
In general, how would you describe North Hills to somebody who has never played the golf course in terms of topography and also, what it means to a golfer here when they come and look at some of, so we say, tight golf course?
It is. The trees on the golf course present a challenge, but what's interesting about it is it's kind of, there's 2 nines. In the front 9, there's no water, but there's some elevation changes. The back 9, there's creeks. And between those 2, you've got a nice variety of holes. The par 5s here are no joke. I mean, you can hit number 2, and if you're a long hitter, you can hit number 2 in 2. But, again, there's out of bounds on the left the whole way there, so that's not easy. Number 12, you kind of can't get home on 12. Here you can't get home. 15, you might be able to get home. So there's some good risk rewards. The par 3s are also really good too, because most golf courses have a couple of real easy holes, but our par 4s are kind of those layoff holes. Our 3s and 5s, they present the challenge, and people don't go deep here. Some players come here and they look at the scorecard and think they can really shoot a number, but it doesn't happen.
Well, the par 3 7 is a short hole,
Yep.
well, 145 to 155 yards, but because of the
Get that
slope,
big slant, yeah.
and you put that pin in the front,
Better
you have
not
to
hit
be
it past
careful.
the flag.
And number 11 has an elevated portion on the back part,
Yep.
and if that pin is all the way back, it gets narrower.
That's
back
a sucker
there.
pin back there, yeah.
Absolutely.
Anybody going for that?
You don't want to be long on that.
No, no.
Let's talk in terms of number 10. Number 10, I think, it used to be called the old quarry hole here. They've kind of softened the quarry nature of it, but you still have to hit your tee shot, even from the white tees, the members' tees, a good 185 to 90 yards to have a decent iron shot, and it's a dog leg left. You don't want to be left, you don't want to be right, you have to be right down the middle almost.
Yeah, I think a lot of people tend to take the driver away on that hole, hit 3-wood or the hybrid. You know, for the shorter players, you can play a little bit further to the right, and there is still fairway up there, but most people just cozy a little hybrid or fairway wood down there, and you still have a 9-iron in. But the drive is a little bit intimidating because you look at those trees on the left and they're growing bigger and bigger. The longer hitters tend to just take it over them with the fairway woods, but it presents a challenge, no doubt. 10's a great little hole.
And then there's number 18. In terms of a finishing hole, distance-wise, 320 yards maybe from the white tees, but maybe the toughest 320 yards of golf in the area.
Yeah, it's interesting because you always want to take a little more club than you probably should. You should be trying to lay up in that flat area down on the bottom and have a nice level lie hitting up to the green. But people tend to want to take more club than they have their left foot above there, and then they wind up hitting it fat or pulling it left, and that presents its challenges. So you get a little greedy off the tee and you give yourself a harder shot into the green.
And I know they redid the green a few years ago, and they put in 2 tiers.
Yep, 2 tiers.
So you have an upper and a lower.
Yep.
And in order to get sometimes to the back lower, you really have to hit your tee shot out there because the trees on the right come into play.
Yep.
Conversely, if it's up on top, you got a bunker right in front of that pin placement. That can be a tough shot, even if you're only 90 yards out.
Yeah, it's a sharp dogleg right, and you're right. If you don't get around the corner and give yourself an option on that second shot, it presents to be a lot harder than yardage. That's for sure.
Right. You can't always go by the distance when it comes to a golf course, and I think that's especially true here at North Hills.
I agree.
Colleen, you know, the one thing about North Hills, and I've played this golf course hundreds of times over the years, I never get tired of it. Each hole, every time I play it, seems different. There's a certain specialness about it, and 18, of course, is no exception to that.
Yeah, that's a great finishing hole, Harry. And up next, we have our teed off panel. There it's Steppies. Stay right here on Inside Golf.
First off, if you shoot way below your handicap, they chop it right away.
Experience what golfers voted #1 for quality, selection, and affordability. Over 100 different championship courses, including 7 of America's 100 greatest. Indulge in gourmet cuisine, pristine beaches that offer endless activities, active nightlife, and more. It's an easy drive, and affordable nonstop flights are now available from over 25 cities. Start planning your Myrtle Beach golf vacation today and request a free quick quote for the best package rates. Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. It's where America goes to play.
If 5 friends are having a light beer and they all put their drinks down in the same place, how long will it take to find the Yingling Light Lager? About that long, because the rich amber color of Yingling Light Lager makes it stand out from the rest. The true lager flavor, however, makes it disappear. 99 calories, 100% authentic lager. Yingling Light Lager, from America's oldest brewery. Rethink your light beer.
Guests of Inside Golf enjoy dining at Sin Sin, the popular Asian fusion restaurant located on Germantown Avenue in the heart of scenic Chestnut Hill.
And now it's time for Teed Off, brought to you by Yingling, America's oldest brewery.
Spectacle, to say the least.
Welcome back. Inside Golf continues with Teed Off. Today we're at Steppy Sports Bar at Facenda Whitaker Lanes in East Norriton. And our panel includes, from the Philadelphia Daily News, Mike Kern. From the Philadelphia Inquirer, Joe Giuliano. And from Golf Talk Live on WNTP every Saturday morning. And Golf Styles Magazine, Tony Leodore. Tony, coming up, what is it, the end of August? 27th straight year. It's Golf.com's World Amateur Golf Championship, and there are literally, thousands of golfers assembling on Myrtle Beach for what could be the ultimate tournament or the ultimate nightmare. Tell us about it.
Yeah, it's an amazing spectacle, to say the least. I've played it in a number of years, and I'll be playing it again this year. They have had almost as many as 5,000 about 7-8 years ago. For a lot of reasons, it's dropped off a little bit, the economy, number one, but it's an amazing event. It's a handicap championship. They flight everybody by handicap and age, and you play on 60-some different golf courses. They have flights on there with 70, 80, 90 people in each flight. And then you come back to the convention center at night, all the players plus their guests, so there'll be 6,000, 7,000 people in the convention center. Restaurants, bars, all set up, music, speakers. David Faraday wowed the place last year. It's really an amazing spectacle. But where the controversy comes is there's this one room that they have in there that is a riot to sit and watch. That's where they have the trials for all the people with the infractions or the bad handicaps, and they check them.
Really?
Oh, yes.
You mean there's a panel that decides that, say, Mike Kern isn't really a 14, he's a 7.
Right. Well, first off, if you shoot way below your handicap, they chop it right away.
You're not a sandbagger, are you?
I try to be legit, because
as Charlie would say, what it is, it is.
Try to be legit. Key word.
You say, well, you know.
Have you ever participated in a huge handicap tournament?
I used to go to the Golf Raiders thing in Myrtle Beach every year before the Masters, and I never had an official handicap. So, you know, but I was.
You're an honest guy.
But there are people, because there are prizes at stake. I mean, I don't know how you can fudge a handicap, but I guess you know, because you'd have to do it at home, right? I mean, you'd have to, whatever. I guess you could go out and shoot 120 straight times and then go down there and shoot 70. But like, I think when they first started this thing, that was the big problem. They had to kind of evolved into, you know, where you want to be. Because if people are paying money and they're competing, you want it to keep it fair. But there's always going to be people who are going to try to ruin it.
Especially in a tournament that big, 3,000, 5,000. I mean, God, you know, you can have anybody just slip through the cracks there and, you know, be a 16 and shoot, you know, 68 or whatever.
And it does happen. I mean, you know, you can go down there with your 16 handicap and have a great day and shoot 80, but don't do it 3 straight days.
Right. So they should lock those people in that room, not just have a hearing, just lock them in there for the whole duration of the tournament.
They'll cut their handicap. He might be a 16, shoot a low number. They'll cut him to a 13. He shoots another low number. They'll cut him to a 10.
They can put you in a different flight, like if you're.
No. You still be in that flight, and they would knock it down.
It sounds like, you know, in a wedding ceremony when the priest or the minister gets up and says, "Is there anyone here who has information as to why this couple should not get married?"
That's right.
Do they put it out there and say, "Does anyone here have any questions about Joe Giuliano's handicap?"
Joe, you got me.
They see me play. Nobody's got a question about my handicap.
Harry, you got me thinking there. The only connection I can see between a wedding ceremony and this tournament is that somebody's going to lose. So it
may take a while, maybe even longer than some marriages. That's 3,000.
5 days in Myrtle Beach, as somebody who goes down there can never be a bad idea. That's all I know.
Even Sounds like a man of experience.
Even if you play horribly, what Tony was describing, the night part, I think is sort of worth the price of admission, right?
Yeah, there's probably a few no-shows on the tee the next morning, right?
There are a few. It happens.
Listen,
it does happen.
We put the question to our audience here at Steppies. Mike Jambrone, who is from Plymouth Country Club. Mike?
Who has never fudged about his handicap.
Never, but he's played in a lot. You've played in virtually, I understand, every possible amateur tournament around, right?
I've played in a lot of them.
Okay, we put the question to our audience here at Steppies about whether it would be the ultimate golf experience or the ultimate nightmare, and what were the results?
I think it would be the ultimate experience myself.
Well, that's
and the results were that it would be the ultimate nightmare.
Oh, okay. So you go counter what everybody else is thinking.
He's a dissenting opinion.
I believe when you're under the microscope, you still have to put the ball in the hole. And if you're an amateur and you're playing with a lot of people watching, you still have to play. The ball still has to go in the hole.
So what do you do if you play with a guy who's an 18 handicap and is shooting like 67?
Happens all the time. You deal with it. There's nothing you can do. You just don't play with him the next time.
Okay.
And we'll leave it on Mike's note as Inside Golf continues in just a moment.
Join us at Steppies Sports Bar and Grill for all the Phillies and preseason Eagles games. We also have the MLB satellite package so you can see your favorite out-of-market teams. We feature various nightly pint specials for $1.75, and don't miss our award-winning 25-cent wing special.
The Philadelphia section of the PGA of America is celebrating 90 years. Since 1921, the professionals of the Philadelphia section have proven themselves to be the players, teachers, managers, and stewards of the game of golf in the Philadelphia area. They are the experts in the game and business of golf. Please join us in celebrating our 90-year commitment to the game of golf.
I'm 9 now, but when I was 8, I'd do things I wasn't supposed to.
You don't talk when people are putting.
Always repair the ball mark.
You keep your own score, so you have to know how to add. And you gotta tell the truth.
Put a golf club in kids' hands and watch them grow.
If you do certain things that you're not supposed to, you get a shot added to your score. You don't want to do those things.
The first tee teaches kids values that will impact their communities and the rest of their lives.
If it wasn't for golf, I'd be like my friends, a couch potato.
Nike Golf, in partnership with the Philadelphia Section PGA, present Better Golf.
Hey folks, Lou Guzzi here at beautiful Tullamore Country Club, working on a lob shot, soft hands, incredibly light grip pressure. I'm using my 3-level swing system. I'm going to make a level 1 swing back. I'm going to move through. Now here's the key to this. I'm going to go to a level 3 finish, but I'm not accelerating the club. It's not a decel, but there's not a lot of acceleration. This golf ball is going to come off at about 30 yards with a lob wedge. It's incredibly soft. I'm allowing the body to move the arms and hands back and through. I mean, the grip pressure is light. We don't want to have a lot of hit in this shot. It turns into a real soft lob. It's got a lot of spin on it. It floats in the air, and when it comes down, it barely goes anywhere. You're going to need this shot. It's not that easy to do, so you're going to have to get to the range and practice it, because you got to work really, really hard on keeping light grip pressure on that club. Let the wrists relax, let the arms relax, make your body move back and through, and you're going to hit the softest little shots over the bunkers without making a big swing and throwing that golf ball way up in the air. I hope this tip helps you with your swing, and remember, keep them in the fairway.
And our thanks to Lou Guzzi again and Nike Golf for that little Better Golf tip. You know, Colleen, North Hills Country Club, for me, as I mentioned earlier, sort of a homecoming, because I've been associated with this place since 1960. That's when my father first joined as a member. And as I look around sometimes when I walk into the clubhouse, I see some familiar faces. That's how much of an attraction North Hills has been to so many people.
You know, you're pretty famous here, though. Everyone knows your name here. I don't know.
It's my golf game.
You're pretty much the mayor of North Hills.
It precedes me. What's on tap for next week?
Next week, Harry, we are headed to Burlington County Country Club, and we're going to learn a little bit about stack and tilt.
Stack and tilt. We'll see what that's all about. Colleen will give us a clue next week here on Inside Golf. Once again, our thanks to the folks here at North Hills Country Club. And remember, no matter how bad it's going for you, don't pick up. For Colleen Wolfe, I'm Harry Donahue. See you next time on Inside Golf. Inside Golf has been brought to you by Yuengling, America's oldest brewery. Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, where America goes to play. Now fly nonstop on Spirit Airlines. Details at phillytomyrtle.com. By Nike Golf. And by the Philadelphia Section PGA, celebrating 90 years.